The receptionist aliniambia, if you want to be a good producer, start with DJing so that the more you play music, the more you'll know what makes a song tick. I did not even flinch. And I said, thank you guys, but God has brought me this far.
Yeah.
I can never let go of someone who has brought me this far. Who has won? The guy playing Cosmo. And then he said, for the sake of the integrity of the brand, we will give it to him. I'm given a brand new van. Where do I park it in Warugo? Twice ilivunjwa vioo. Twice. There is nothing as good as being involved in a record-breaking movie.
Oh, man.
Nothing as good. Me niliona hiyo movie ikido things I've never thought would happen in Kenya. Mm-hmm. And I remember one day I came back home and I told my kids, I want you guys to see me follow a dream. I want you to see me follow a dream. And I want you to see the dream come true.
Yeah.
Jishindie milioni moja kwa kununua unga ya hostel. Tunapeana.
Okay.
Congratulations, Moz, man.
What?
Over half an year of content. It's no joke, dude.
It's no joke.
For real.
I think the hardest part was
Starting
was the hardest point. Alafu sasa ndio shida nilikuwa nilianza hii podcast.
Yes.
In July.
Na uko shule.
Hiyo hata sio shida. Challenge inakuwa ni kuwa now when the kids close school, at some point I have to take a break. So like I think after episode 4 we took a break for like a month.
That's a big break.
And I couldn't do anything because I was up and down. Because I had exams. Although we had recorded for the exam. Then after that, nilikuwa na costo. Hey, man.
Man. Sawa.
Yeah, but
I'm ready.
It's been a good journey, man.
Yeah.
It's been such a good journey.
I like that. Yes.
But you know, Kona Lena ilikuwa, it brought many memories, bana. You know, Lena nimemjua.
Sana. Mejuana miaka mingi.
Tangu 2000. That's 24 years, man.
That's a good number, bro.
Hey, bro.
Yeah.
There are not many Christians I've known for that long.
Wow.
And
nearly half your life, bro.
Yeah.
Wow. Big deal.
How long have we been boys?
Me and you? We met for the first time, I would put it around 04 or 05 there. That's the first time I met you.
Was this at KICC?
I knew you. No. Nilipatana na wewe out of Kevin Kadhi.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, man. Lighty.
Kevin Kadhi,
Yes.
the sound. He was then the lead engineer at
Yeah.
Nairobi Lighthouse Church.
Actually, Kevin introduced me to you,
Yes.
to DJ Sanch.
Yes.
In fact,
and
he
that's
told
how
me-
I met Sanch and Gigi
Yeah.
in church. Because when I got saved, I got saved in front of Gigi and Sanch. That's how I got saved. I got saved in end of February 2005.
And Gigi and Sanch were there with you.
And Gigi and Sanch were there when I was getting saved.
These are Lighthouse Church.
Lighthouse Church.
So what was your background before that?
Good. Very good question. I became a DJ in April 04. That's the first time I stepped into a DJ class. That was at Homeboys. And so when I stepped into the DJ class, I knew I was a secular DJ and I knew that's what I was going for.
Yeah.
But the goal was not to pursue DJing. No. When I entered the DJing class, the goal was to pursue production.
Oh.
Yes. Because the receptionist aliniambia, if you want to be a good producer, start with DJing so that the more you play music, the more you'll know what makes a song tick.
Oh, wow. This is the receptionist.
The receptionist.
Wow.
Yeah. And then he dropped 2 of my ideal guys that I wanted to become.
Yeah.
Akaniambia, Timbaland
Yeah.
and Dr. Dre. Done.
Finished.
Finished.
Hey.
I knew I'm doing this DJing course because I
Yeah.
want to be like those guys.
And those are some of the
Those
best
are
producers.
legends,
Those are
man.
legends. Yeah, that's the best
Those are
way to put
legends
it,
in the
man.
game.
Yeah.
So na nika enroll nikijua I am doing these DJing classes, then a few months break, then I do the production intake.
Yeah.
I enter into the DJ class, 5th Monday. I remember the day. It was the 5th of April on a Monday, 2004. It was on a Monday because it was my birthday on that day.
Hey, that was your birthday gift.
And I remember the
mom.
first teacher I met was Shix.
What do you mean?
Shix is DJ Soxi's wife.
Yes.
Yes, alikuwa na-
Yeah. Yes, she was a DJ,
Yes,
bana.
DJ Shix.
Yeah.
Alikuwa anajiita hivyo. So Shix ndo
It is good
alinifundisha
to clarify
kukiu.
because ukisema Shix sasa wanafikiria Shix Kapienga.
So watu anaitwa sasa yeye anajiita Shiko wa Soxi, but back then alikuwa anajitanga DJ Shix.
Yeah.
Yes. So that's how niliingia into DJing, and week 1 I fell in love with DJing.
Oh man.
And I could sense this is it. I could sense it.
Yeah. You could feel you were home.
I could feel
you were home with the turntable.
I had not foreseen this, but I could sense this is it. Meniket.
Yeah.
Na nikaingia, and I remember KD, DJ KD was the head of institution then.
Bro, that's one of
KD
the
is a
baddest DJs we have. Wow. Say by the kinskiza akimix, two things can happen.
Yes.
You get inspired,
Or you get frustrated.
you get frustrated. Let me
there
just
are no
walk
gray
away.
areas with KD.
Yeah.
Yes. Atangara na wewe endi.
Yeah.
So KD was head of institution. Then Shix and Wesley and Hassan were the other lecturers. Anima heavyweights.
Yeah.
So DJ Wesley, saini head of music NRG. DJ Hassan, akona BSJ ya biashara yake ya lights. So these are big DJs in the game.
Yeah.
And watu wenye wana kuintroduce kwa game.
Yeah.
Mind you, they were all on radio because walikuwa Nation FM then.
Yeah.
My God.
These are good memories, man.
I remember that because I also remember DJ John used to mix on Capitol, Gioni, on Friday evenings wakiwa na Styles. I can't remember.
Yeah.
No.
No,
Styles and Pinye walikuwa Nation.
When did Homeboys Radio start? 2005.
Homeboys Radio ilianza a bit late.
Yeah, it said 2005.
Yes.
But Akina John had a show. I remember I used to listen to them wakiwa Kiss 100.
Me, I remember listening to John and taking notes.
Hey.
Ana play set, naandika kila song.
Yeah. John was
And then
bad news.
I go to school, I download those songs, and then I try and redo that mix. I would listen to KD, take notes of the songs he has played. You know, when you're doing a radio set, it's anything between 7 to 10 songs.
Yeah.
So get those 10 songs, download them, put them on 2 CDs, and then try and redo that set the way he did it.
Yeah. And bro, you had some high guys to benchmark with,
Can you?
man.
I remember, and the reason I used to do that was, Katie told me, the day utangara na mimi, that's the day you'll break out. If you never beat my standards, you will never break out. I don't think Nishai beat standards a Katie. But aliniambia, if you ever beat my standards, you'll break out.
But you know the thing about KD, and I know that this might be too much information for the viewers or for the guys who are listening, is they're different kind of DJs.
Yes.
You have turntablists.
Yes.
You know, basically, let's say DJs who prepare for battles. And I think KD is there.
Is one of those.
He's one
Very
of those
true.
guys.
Yes.
You know, so by the time he's asking you to beat where he's at.
Beat his standard, yes. Either way, my life changed out of winning a DJ battle.
Yes. And you know, I was going to say earlier.
Yes.
I remember going for gigs for Kina John Rabar, like when they had the DJ battles.
Yes.
This was before Sprite, yes.
Even me, I attended those gigs.
Yeah, I was like, Sprite, before I mentioned, it was Sprite.
Yes.
And I remember going to Carnival to watch the finals and things like that. And man, the sets were sick.
Yeah, people are sick out here. Not in your carnivals.
Yeah.
And it's always good to see that quality of DJing because it leaves you inspired.
Yeah. What is when you told your folks that you wanted to become a DJ, what was their response like?
They thought it was a phase. They thought, Freddie is going through a phase. Plus, I had done well in math and physics and accounting. So in their minds, they knew Freddie is going to do accounting.
Yeah.
So they even chose their university for me. I was going to go to Strathmore. It was predetermined. And I get it because every parent does that out of love.
Yeah.
We see our kids and we do some predictions.
Yeah.
And when you go like, this is where Zara is going. The way she's behaving, nini, pap. Yeah. You even talk with Debs and you go like, hey, what do you... You kind of like have a sense of direction and you predetermine a route.
Yeah.
And out of the kind of information that is coming out or what is reaching you.
Yeah.
And so out of love, they determined, I'm going to Strathmore. And so because back then they used to have an year gap before university intake. So when this thing for going to a DJing school of music production came through, they thought it's a phase because he loves music.
Yeah.
Why not? Let him do it. It will keep him busy.
Yeah, away from...
6 months of that whole year are taken at Homeboys.
Yeah.
So this guy is busy because he's going to do driving. Then he'll do ICDL.
Yes.
Then DJing. Then music production. Then November, he's ready for intake.
Yes.
So they had predetermined a whole year.
Yeah.
So out of genuine, they just thought it's a phase this guy is going through and will invest in it because it's a phase.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you finished Homeboys...
Oh, man, I had fallen in love.
Did they come telling you now, Freddie, this is the time that you need to go for this?
No. When November came for intake, they said the day for the intake itself, I woke up and my mom noticed I was not preparing myself. And it's like, hey, Freddie, kwa nini hujitayarishi kwenda kufanya hizi exam?
Yeah.
Nikamwambia, mom, hivi ndafanya mimi ninaiona. Naweza enda Strathmore na nitakusomea na nitakupatia hiyo degree. But mimi staki kufanya accounting.
Yeah.
Mimi staki. And my mom was very frustrated. Akaniambia, unafikiria ni mimi unasomea? Wachana nayo, Freddy.
Wow.
Wachana nayo. Si mimi unasomea, ni wewe unasomea. So kama utaki kwenda wachana na?
We.
Na hiyo conversation ikaisha hivyo.
Hakuileta tena.
No, it came over.
Yeah.
Over and over again.
Yeah.
Because after that, my mom applied for a transfer. Nyeri.
Hey, boss.
So that I can be inconvenienced as much as possible.
Yeah.
So that Nick aligned into. And my father was also frustrated. He was like, what? Because my father is a police officer.
Yeah.
So it's like, you can come and do music in the police.
Yes.
Tuko na band.
Iko tayari. Tungekuwa tukicheka kimachu huko hivyo buda.
Nikicheza snare. My friend. So my dad was there. So in my dad's mind, he's like, you can do this music thing in the police.
Yes.
We have a band.
We're ready for you.
Ready. We're ready for you here. But Mimi, that's not the kind of music I want to do.
Yeah.
And so I remember my mama akachukua transfer. Then I was like, I have to make this thing work.
So akichukua transfer ni either you things work kama umfuata Nyeri.
No. Si mama apply transfer end of the year.
Yeah.
Haikukuja immediately. January, February 05, I get saved. My mom is completely blown away.
Wow.
Because this is a huge miracle.
Yeah.
Because I remember nikitoka encounter weekend, coming back home, and then I meet my mom, and then nikamwambia my mom, Bwana asifiwe.
Hey.
Mind blown away. Namwambia mom, unaona hizi CD tunazichoma zote. I had about 800 CDs then.
Wow.
So you can imagine how much money my parents had invested in me.
Yeah.
Because nikitaka blanks, mina buy waki roll.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's go to packs of 50, 25 or 50. Yeah.
Yes. Mina buy waki plastic ni ban. So they invested in me.
Yeah.
Which is a huge deal.
Yeah.
Not many kids went through what I was going through at that point.
Getting
because
that
I was
blank
19.
CD was expensive, man.
And so my mom tukatoa hizo CD tukachoma zote. My mom was in utter disbelief. But she alikuwa ameapply transfer.
Yeah.
Transfer yake ikakam.
Oh, man.
Around March, April there. 05.
Yeah.
So, because nilikuwa nimeanza new believer classes at Nairobi Lighthouse, nikahamia Juja to live with my aunt. God rest her soul in peace. So, I went to Juja. So, nikiishi hapo, that's when I grew in my faith. Unaniket?
Yeah.
So in fact, when I got saved, I told myself, I've quit DJing for a whole year until I finish these classes. I really want to understand this decision that I've made of salvation.
Yeah.
And Nairobi Lighthouse, up to today, I still believe they have the best new beginner, new believer classes. Because if you do all of them, they have PEP 10 weeks, School of Leaders 11, School of Leaders 1, 2, and 3, and each is 11, 11, 11. Boss, by the time unachapa, that was a 33 plus another 10. That's a whole year of new believer classes. It's almost a whole year, yeah. The goal, and this is a very interesting mindset Nairobi Lighthouse approaches new believers. What they do is they want you to be self-sustainable.
Yeah.
They don't want you to depend on any man of God to grow your faith.
Yeah. You need to be in a place where...
If you ever leave the country and you ever go to a state where Christianity is not allowed, they know you won't sink.
You'll be able to thrive.
You know how to read the word of God.
Yeah.
You know how, in fact, you know how to turn logos to rema. Boss, those are not new believer things.
Wow. Yeah, that's quite
Those
deep.
are not new believer things.
Yeah.
Mtu anakuambia how to turn logos into rema. That is theology, bro.
Yeah.
So, but that was how much they invested. If you took it seriously, it's very hard for you to backslide. Like, for real.
You know, it's interesting because also for me, my first year as a believer,
yes,
I was in Lighty for a whole year.
Moz, you're kidding.
I was in Lighthouse Church for a whole year. 2000, the entire year, I was in Nairobi Lighthouse Church.
Hata siku anajua, eh?
And I had to... In fact, I'm sure that my boys also wondered what's up. Because, you know, me, I grew up in Kangemi and I had my boys now.
Yes.
Who I used to hang out with a lot. Like, we used to hang out every day.
Yes.
And so when I became a Christian, that 2000 I felt I can't continue being... I just felt I need to move out from here.
Yes.
And so I went to Feather, to Feather Estate. So I moved out from Kangemi Nikenda Feather Estate.
Yes.
And I was in Feather for a whole year.
And Feather is very close to the stadium.
Yes, in the city stadium too. And that entire year that I was away from Kangemi, I was going to Lighty.
Wow.
And like you say, my faith was, it grew a good one.
Those guys are tough.
Yeah.
They really live to their tagline. Winning souls and making disciples.
Yeah. Oh, they do both.
Yeah. Like for real, even the other day, it just hit me that Jesus never told people to go and tell them about Jesus. Jesus told people, go and make disciples.
Yeah.
You can tell them about me, but the clear instruction is go ye and make disciples. Followers of Christ.
Yeah.
That is not easy.
Yeah.
Making a disciple, having someone convert, we can have people convert.
It's hard work.
But turning them into disciples, into followers of Christ.
It's hard work, bro.
That is not easy.
So you take a break for a year.
So that break, that's what I was tackling into. The question came at the end of the year. At the end of 2005. Like, do you still want to go to school the following year?
Yeah.
Menishika. And I told them, I'm not ready. Because my graduation was supposed to be in March 2006. I graduate like this in March. A month later, I get my first job ever. It's a DJ job at Village Market.
Oh, wow.
At Groove Riders. So there at Groove Riders, that's the time we started talking because you are throwing gigs at Club Sikiliza.
Yes. Oh, man.
And I remember DJ Fresh coming from the US with Serato for the first time.
Yeah.
Oh,
man.
And I remember sitting there and saying, wow. We can DJ like this.
You know, we used to go and rent the club.
I know.
We used to go and rent out. That was for those who probably not remember.
You have to be a certain generation to understand Club Sikiliza.
It was a proper discotheque.
It was yes. It's not a bar.
No.
It's a discotheque.
It's a discotheque. And guys used to pay to go in.
Yes.
But we used to go and pay for the entire club. We tell them just shut the club.
Yes.
And then we have our own Christian party in there.
Yes.
I remember Deb serving sodas.
Debs has done a lot for the
bro. Dating years. Those are our dating years.
Yes. Debs amekufia team.
Hey, sana.
Anafaa kupata lifetime achievement
I
award.
believe so. Alipata lifetime achievement. Ni mimi sasa.
Sasa anafaa kupata yake. That silent soldier.
Eh.
I think tukienda heaven tutaona
Wow,
crown yake na
wow,
tutaenda, wow, girl, we are sorry.
Hey, man. You kweli man. Umepeleka mbali. Club Sikiliza.
Yeah, Club Sikiliza. So that's the time I started coming there.
Yeah.
And then a few times I got to be a warm-up DJ in one of those gigs. Menishika?
Yeah.
Yes. During that 06 era and 07 era, I warmed up some of your gigs there. If not Club Sikiliza, it's Chilej at the Village.
Yeah.
It was one of those places,
Yeah.
you know.
And you had a place at Village Market anyway.
Plus I had a place there where I was working.
Yeah.
Maniket.
Yeah.
And so out of that connection, the next step where we really connect was Groove Awards 2008. You actually won DJ of the Year that year. After that gig, we were just outside Savo Ballroom.
Yeah.
And you came and you asked, you know, Krowbar, we are looking for DJs. Do you mind joining Kubamba?
Wow.
Maniket.
What?
Now, Moz, I'm going to tell you how God used you in my life at that point by just that one statement. Because remember, I'm at Village Market 06, 07.
Yeah.
So in my mind, I am counting 04, 05, 06, 07.
Yeah.
I haven't broken out as a DJ.
Wow.
I'm very frustrated. So come 08, I quit DJing completely.
Wow.
And I tell DJ Rick, I'm going to come to your studio. And since you have a studio, I'm going to start concentrating on music production.
Yeah.
Because you have a studio.
Yeah.
And so that's how me and Rick connect. Maniket.
Yeah.
And so out of that, we start doing production things. In fact, that year, I'm the guy who did the voiceovers for nominees for 2008.
Wow.
Maniket.
Yeah.
So we are done with that. We do Groove Awards. And then you ask me that after. Because my new year was, God, if you want me to DJ, DJing will come looking for me. I'm not going to look for it.
Yeah.
Boom.
And
God uses you. And say, hey, do you mind joining Kubamba? And I'm like, dude, let's do this. And in my mind, I was like, this is God. God is not done with me in this area. Yeah. And that's how I started DJing on radio because of you. Because mulikuwa Hope, mulikuwa...
Yeah. Hope FM.
Nani had just left. What's this girl?
Anki Guta.
And sorry, it's not a girl anymore.
Yeah.
But
At that time. At that time, she was a young girl.
we were all young either way.
Yeah.
And so Anki Guta just left. And you and Jugush were the ones hosting the show.
Yeah.
Yes. And that's how I entered Kubamba. And I started DJing huko. Na nikianza nilikuwaga huko kucheza from 10 and above.
Yeah.
I think it only took like 2 weeks for you to realize this guy is not joking.
Yeah, you were good. I mean, it was obvious about your passion for music, Karosh. You know, and just to see how driven you are. And you were very, like, you know, I think that we all played music very different.
Yes.
And so there's a way I play music.
Yes.
There's a way that Soxy would play music.
We are all very different.
Celeb would play music another way.
Yes.
And then now we're all versatile.
Yes.
And we all had our own styles of music. So you brought something different to us. And when you look back, what in your past, like, you know, from back in the day, if you look back, would have made you be the person who decided, you know what, DJing is a career that I want to pursue?
For me, when I look at the past, it's that classroom at Homeboys.
That was a turning point.
That was the turning point for me, that DJing is the route I am taking.
Wow.
That for me was that switch, because I was already locked into this dream.
Yeah.
I was already locked in. And there's a danger. Do I say there's a danger? Ama there's a sweetness in testing a dream. If you've ever wanted to do something and then you taste it.
Yeah.
Ooh, that bite, it's very hard to unbite it.
Yeah.
Especially
when you bite it and it's sweet.
Ooh. You know, it's like a first kiss. You never forget this kind. It's like, what just happened?
So if you're going to kiss someone, think about who that person is. Because it'll never come out of your mind. It'll be forever etched in your brain.
It's forever etched in your brain. Yeah. And so when you taste your dream, that thing happens to you.
Yeah.
And for those people who don't follow through with your dreams, I can imagine how miserable their lives are.
Yeah.
I can imagine someone who's wanted to be a writer. They wrote a few articles. They got published. And and then they stopped writing.
Yeah.
I can imagine how they feel.
Yeah.
Someone who wanted to take photography, he took a few photos, the few photos were posted, and then he stopped. I can imagine people who've tasted their dreams. So for me, tasting it, I went like, I am going in.
No looking back.
I am going in, regardless of the cost, we are going in. And so moments of validation kept me going. Me getting that job at Village Market was a moment of validation. Menishika, you calling me to go into Kubamba, moment of validation. That end of the same year, me winning that event, moment of validation.
Yeah.
You guys going to NTV for the first time, moment of validation. Unanishika, you guys going to Citizen, even though I never went with you, it was like, what? DJing can do this?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Even mine is coming. Moment of validation. 2011, me going to KTN, moment of validation.
Yeah.
Me going to Radio Maisha, it was like, every time God was just validating that decision over and over and over.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
You said something about people who have tasted their dream and then not been able to pursue it.
Yeah.
And you being one person who's been able to taste your dream and been able to pursue it.
Yes.
What would you... Is it too late for guys?
It's never too late, Moz. One of my dreams when I set foot at Homeboys was to become a music producer. Okay?
Yeah.
When I turned 30, Moz, I went to university. Right now, you are pursuing a dream even in campus. It's never late to pursue. Even me, I remember the first time I walked into class and I was like, this guy is 17. This guy is 18. The oldest guy in this class is 23.
And you're going in his 30s.
I am a 30-year-old guy. What kind of relationships? Married with two kids.
With 2 kids, you've dragged the whole family, man.
God. I was like, is this too late?
Yeah.
Is this too late? But I told myself, dreams are worth it.
Yeah.
And I remember one day I came back home and I told my kids, I want you guys to see me follow a dream.
Yeah.
I want you to see me follow a dream. And I want you to see the dream come true.
Yeah.
So let's do this. When my kids watched the trailer for Click Click Bang, I remember my eldest Toria telling me, Dad, is this your dream coming true? Guy Moz.
What?
That is worth living.
Yeah.
That is worth living.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Mtoi wako kukaa na anaona you started that thing. It has taken like 7 to 8 years, but here we are. Your dream has just begun.
Yeah. Hey, man.
It was like, what?
Yeah.
And I told my kids, I want you guys to follow your dreams too. Follow them.
Yeah. Yeah.
You've seen me follow mine, and mine is now here. I want you guys to follow your dreams too.
You know, it's amazing that your kids are in that opportunity to be able to see that. And even for Toria, I mean, we can say things.
Yes.
But when we model them for our kids, it's a whole different ballgame, man. You know, they can never... It's an experience lived.
Yes.
And you can't argue with someone who has experience. Because this is not... It's theoretical now.
Yes.
They've been able to experience that. I remember I have quite a number of friends who, like you, were in a position where their parents were asking them to do something, but their parents were not as accommodating as yours were, you know, because...
Manze, my miracle, manze.
Yeah. Because for some of them, they were forced to head in a certain direction.
Yes.
And there was no room for maneuvering out of that path that the parents had for them. But for quite a good number of them, walimaliza chuo. You know, they went to university.
Yeah. They kept the end of their deal.
Yeah, they kept the end of the deal. And they went back and told their folks, here's a degree.
Paper.
You wanted the paper? Here it is. Now I'm going to do my thing.
Wow.
I have quite a number of friends who are like that.
Wow.
I wish that the parents had listened to them.
Yes.
Because they ended up pursuing their dreams. And they're ridiculously successful
In those
crazy dreams.
Wow.
Ridiculously successful, man. You know, one guy had studied like botany. You know, is that the study of plants?
Yes, it
Full
is.
degree, but
Yes.
but now he's one of the best bakers in town, man.
Wow.
One of the best bakers. You know, wengine wamenamazo wamefanya mechanical engineering.
Yes.
Wamemada.
Yes.
Some of the best passes you'll ever come across.
Yes.
Solid guys. You know, so you know, for those guys who are probably wondering, man, you know, should I go back and chase after this dream that I have? We have a living testimony right here.
Oh, yes.
Right
oh,
here.
yes. Oh, yes.
Whether
Oh,
it
yes.
takes 10 years, it's okay.
And it does something to you. It does something to you. Kuna, when you follow a crazy dream, there's something, all of a sudden, things that are impossible start becoming possible. For real.
Yeah.
Even the unimaginable things, you start looking at them like, by then this thing can become a reality.
Yeah.
And you know, the other day, we were talking about Swahili with my kids.
Niambia uko na masaibu kama yangu.
Oh my God. Oh my God, Moz. I'm a babi. Watu wetu ni mababi.
Hao ni mababi, man. You know ni ukweli. Si niko na jump tukitwa mababi. Sasa tunakimbia watu wetu mababi saa hizi. Hey.
These kids, I was telling them the importance of Swahili.
Yeah.
Okay? I was telling them in Swahili. Kwa nakwambia wewe ni mtoto wa kiasili ya Kiafrika. Kwa hivyo mtoto wa kiasili ya Kiafrika lazima aweze kuandika, kuzungumza na kusoma kwa Kiswahili. Kwa nini? Kwa sababu lugha hii miaka zingine zikujazo kama 20 ama 50, hii ndio itakuwa lugha ambayo inazungumzwa bara la Afrika. Kwa hivyo wewe ukiing'ata saa hii utakula matunda siku za usoni. If you get it now, do you know how many children's book will be needed in Swahili?
Oh man. In plenty, man.
And I was telling them, unaona hizi vitabu za Kiswahili, unafikira ni ngapi zitahitajika za watoto? Ngapi? Kutakuwa na over 100 million kids in Africa.
Yeah.
Just 1%. Uzie to 1% of that audience.
That's a mic.
It's a mic.
Yeah.
Buddha, it's a crazy ball game when you think about it.
Yeah.
Na nikiwaambia hapa usicheze na lugha.
Yeah.
Juu lugha, na niliwaambia hivyo kwa sababu, you know, my kids see me make a living out of language.
Fafanua tafadhali.
Fafanua. Haya. Wakikaa, I remember when we were at Radio Maisha.
Yeah.
And Anthony Ndiema hooked me up with an opportunity to pursue radio.
Yeah.
And when we were pursuing radio, I started doing Swahili voiceovers. And so out of doing Swahili voiceovers, I've been doing them up to today.
Wow.
You can do like, let me do some random stuff over here. Jishindie milioni 1 kwa kununua unga ya hostel. Tunapeana. All these things.
Hey.
I do Swahili VO. And my kids see me do Swahili VO.
Yeah.
And I tell them, hii lugha. Si mnaona venye nawasaidia?
Inawasomesha.
Imagine kwa
venye
inawalisha.
Yeah.
So ichukue. So right now, I'm very unapologetic about them watching Swahili news. It's a staple in the house.
So are they able to speak Swahili?
No, wanang'ang'ana. Wanang'ang'ana. But inakwanga ikifika 7, wakisha weka any.
Yeah.
Whether ni NTV, Citizen, KTN, TV47, whatever, just put Swahili news and watch Swahili news.
That's so interesting, man.
It's a non-negotiable in my house now. Juu watasahau.
Yeah.
Watasahau.
Unajua, so it's you know, a language, if you don't practice it.
If you don't practice it, it
Mwambie wase usema mazee Moz ulikuwa babi.
Yes.
Grow up ukiongea Kiingereza, but you know that was not our life.
Very true.
You know, unaongea nani Kingoso?
Unaongea nani Kilami?
Alafu ilikuwa ni ile siku ukiongea Kilami wase wanaanza kukutoanisha wakisema mazee ndio wasi walikuwa wanatuita mababi alafu unajua sasa kuitwa babi it was an abuse.
It was an abuse. Yeah. Haikuwa inaenda poa in the community. Yes.
And someone will say the only way you get better at a language is by speaking it.
Very true.
There's no two ways.
Yeah, there are no two ways.
No,
Very
you
true.
have to speak it and you have to read it.
Yes.
Speak it, read it, gain more knowledge, you know, have a better understanding of words. But the more you do it, the better it is.
Very true.
But I want to go back to click, click,
Yes.
bang, bang.
Yes.
How was that experience for you? Wow. You've gone to school 8 years, man.
Yeah.
Umeenda kuchopia hii kitu.
Tulikuwa hapo for 3 years. Then I come back home.
Yeah.
I was there 17, 18, 19.
Yeah.
2020 we come to the country. So when I land in the country like this, I get 2 jobs.
Yeah.
So I get my job back at KTN. I go back on TV.
Yeah.
And then I get my gig at ADMI.
Yeah.
And so I'm doing those 2 jobs the whole of 2020.
Yeah.
Then at end of 2020, I stopped TV.
But then COVID is at the same time though.
Yeah, COVID is happening. COVID is happening at the same time.
Are you teaching your students online?
Online. We are online. We are doing online classes at ADMI. And so we do that. At the end of 2020, I go like, I feel like there is more impact in this academic sector.
Yeah.
That is one. 2, it was a new industry for me.
Yes.
As someone who's been in the entertainment industry, I'm now in the education industry.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey, this is interesting. Let me stay here and see how this thing works.
Yeah.
So I quit KTN. I start concentrating on ADMI. ADMI, I go from adjunct to core faculty. Now I get to start teaching more, understanding. Out of that, now this is how Click Click Bang comes into the picture. Out of that, I start reaching out. I start doing remixes of ads and posting them.
Yeah.
And
I remember you're posting a lot online. Yeah.
To just make a name for myself. To just tell people, by there I have this other skill.
Yeah.
Because most guys knew me as a DJ.
But we don't have many people who've studied sound engineering.
Who've done sound design.
Yeah. That's the word, yeah.
And so, I'm here doing these sound design things and posting them. Slowly, the right people are getting to see. But now, one of the challenges I face in this sound design sector is valuation.
Yeah.
It is a very interesting industry. Film, I can say film is not where music is. Music in the country is an industry.
Yeah.
Music is an industry. And by that I mean, cameramen can make a living.
Yeah.
Waiters can make a living. Drivers out of the music industry.
Yeah.
Film is a sector. Haijafika level ya kukua industry. Iko hiyo place for you to make a living out of film. Even the guys at the highest level in the country, I can tell the challenges in the game.
Wow.
So it's very young. So for me, it's a ripe stage because I've been there when the music was there.
Yeah. You've watched it
so
grow.
I've seen the music industry grow from a sector to an industry.
Yeah.
So I'm now looking at where the film is. It's at a very good state. And it's heading towards industrialization.
Yeah, industry.
Here in our own country. And so I look at it and I'm very frustrated with the valuation. And so I'm getting phone calls, but when I quote my valuation, done. I'm getting phone calls. So guys are like, hey, Krowbar, man, we saw this. We want you to do this. This is our budget. I say no. I've said no to very many things. Then, Akina Abel do a movie known as Grand Little Lie. I watch that movie. The moment I finish that movie, I call Abel and I tell him, the next movie I'm doing, I'm mixing it for you. I'm mixing it. We don't even talk money. I just say, I am mixing this movie for you. And when the other movie comes, I'm sent the script. I'm told, Ndioi, we are here, we are doing this. This guy will do location sound, you'll do a final mix. Yeah. And this guy will do our music. And we attack the project. And I say, this is how much time I need. After we have a picture lock. After we have a picture lock, 2 weeks to do dialogue, 2 weeks to do SFX, another 2 weeks we do the music, the other 2 weeks we do final mixing. Yeah. So I need 8 weeks on the minimum to mix this thing. My friend, It was one of the most hectic times, but one of the most beautiful times. Because I remember the final 2 weeks.
Yeah.
We were like 6 people in the studio doing the final mix because we are watching scene by scene.
Yeah.
Because we are watching the first scene, we all agree everything is okay.
Yeah.
Transition to the next scene, Evo, scene until every single scene is cleared.
Yeah.
And then the movie comes out, bro. And then we do a trailer, and then the trailer comes out. Moz. Eh?
Yeah.
There is nothing as good as being involved in a record-breaking movie.
Oh, man.
Nothing as good. Mi niliona hiyo movie ikido things I've never thought would happen in Kenya. One was a record sellout. That has never happened in the country.
Yeah.
Over 5,000 people paid to watch the movie on one weekend.
Yeah.
Mpaka wale hakuna movie medu hivyo.
Bro.
I'm telling you, our industry is going somewhere. That happens a lot in the music game.
Yeah.
1,000 people over every weekend. Yeah. But in the film, it doesn't. So 5,000 people one weekend.
Yeah.
Definitely there's a star power for Abel.
Yeah.
Abel has a huge star power.
But he's been very consistent, man.
Either way, huge star power. So 5,000 one weekend.
Yeah.
The movie does tours across the country. Nakuru, Eldoret, Mombasa. Sell out. Everywhere it's going, it's selling out.
Yeah.
Then it does an online. An online one.
Yeah.
Oh my God. International community. Mungu awabariki.
Walisupport you
Ah,
guys.
yeah. Asa walikufia hiyo movie. But now I'll enjoy because movie ilikuwa kali.
Yeah.
Yeah. One of the biggest lessons I learned from working with Phil and Abel. And I remember when we were making this, the first thing they said is, we are making this movie for our own people. We are not making this movie for Netflix or for Showmax. We are making it for our own people. And I went like, these crazy human beings, these are the guys to have.
Yeah.
Aki. I wanted people that crazy. Their minds, they were not thinking another distributor will distribute it for them.
Yeah.
They will distribute it themselves. And that was so inspiring about working with these guys.
That's genius.
Yani walisema, we will never suck up to any distributor. We'll never suck up to any distributor. We are selling this movie ourselves. We are making it and distributing it. Biggest lesson I learned from these guys.
Wow. So the movie comes to life.
Yeah. Movie comes to life, they make a living. When the movie net to Netflix, it is not them who pitched.
Oh, it's Netflix.
It's Netflix who reached out after they saw the numbers. It's Netflix that went like, where? And these guys are doing something.
Yeah.
Let's talk.
That's the place you want to be at.
And I know I'll enter into this business. I will not enter this business thinking Netflix, Showmax, Mnet, or Apple TV is make the movie, distribute it yourself.
Yeah.
If they come, awesome.
Yeah.
For real, awesome. But that is not the goal.
How was the response for you with people when it came to the project?
Now the phone calls came. A lot. Mingi. Very
so
many
good.
projects would come.
That's so
but
good.
again, the valuation problem.
Yeah. Is it because there's not many people like you? And so there's no one to bench. You're the one who's setting the standard now, I guess.
Right now, we're the ones setting the standards.
Yeah.
And the goal is to beat them over and over and over. The goal is, ata sahi, after doing click, bang, it changed my mind. I told myself, if I'm ever going into this business, I am not going into this business to do business with other businesses.
Yeah.
That's not my goal anymore. It has changed. I want to be the business. Tutengeneze sinema na tuuze. Tutengeneze sinema na tuuze.
Yeah.
Tutengeneze sinema na tuuze. Nisikae nikiongojea Moz afanye sinema.
Yeah.
Ndio tukuje ndio tuuze.
Yeah.
Me, I'm tired of that. Nilikaa nikasema, this is not a good business model. The industry is wired like that. We're gonna forge a new path. I have two guys who I've seen them forge a new path in front of my own eyes.
And you were part of
my own eyes. And I was part of that team.
Yeah.
I'll say inspiration captured.
That's what's up, man.
Yes.
Another highlight for you, significant part for you for your career, was the Battle of the DJs.
That was a big deal, Moz.
Yeah.
That was a big deal. For me, even the biggest part was not... The biggest part was not even winning it.
Yeah.
The biggest part was standing up for Christ in such an environment.
I was going to say, because it was such a hostile space. Ilikuwa inaitwa Pilsner. Ilikuwa Pilsner Mfalme.
Moz, up to today, do you know I still get flack for some people?
What?
I get a lot of good stuff.
Yeah.
Majority of it is good.
Yeah.
But there are people who still dislike me because I went to Pilsner Mfalme and I won.
Yeah, because,
and it's okay. And it's okay for them to dislike me. And I'm very okay with that. Because in this business, we can never make everyone happy.
No.
It's the nature of the...
Bro, God has called you for something. It will make sense to everyone.
But the reason that frustrates them is actually not me winning. It's actually, how can you win standing up for Christ?
Yeah.
How? Yani, how? That it should not be possible.
Yeah.
And that is the sweetness of our God. There is nothing impossible.
Yeah.
Up to today, there is a generation that says, you don't know, your winning cemented my walk in Christ. Your winning made me follow Christ. And that is worth it.
Yeah.
That is worth it 1,000,000 times over.
Yeah. I think it's good to let people know your journey through this, because where was, because they had different places where people were registered.
Yes.
So they understand the significance of this win.
Yes.
The process that you had to go through to get to the final.
Do they understand the process? No, only a few people understand.
Yeah.
Most I used to live with you during that time.
Yeah.
In fact, technically ulikuwa umehama. Juu ulikuwa ushaoa. Juu ulikuwa ulioa October 08.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, so we were there with Njugush.
Yeah.
We were there in Njugush in that house. And I practiced for that gig. But I remember talking to you about that gig. And I remember nikikwambia, Moz, I want to enter this gig. Do you know what you told me? As long as you're playing gospel. And I remember telling you, that's the only thing I will play.
So what's up?
And I remember telling you, if they exclude me from this gig because of playing gospel, I'm cool.
Yeah.
I'm cool. I was ready to be rejected. So even when we went to Nyeri for the first one, I was ready kuambiwa, Buddha Ishia.
Yeah.
Won that one. Nanyuki, Buddha Ishia. Won that one. Mombasa, Buddha Ishia. I was up to the finals. I was expected to be thrown away.
Yeah.
But I was never thrown away.
You won every battle.
I never won every battle. The semifinals I never won. Yes. It was won by Ricky, another guy named DJ Ricky Mfalme.
I'm trying to... Then the finals came.
Yes.
And how many DJs were you guys for that?
We were 9. We were 9. It was me, John Mfalme, Tibbs, Deno, DJ Kev's small bro.
Yes.
Catrix, Briggy, another girl, another dude, and it was Wambua, man, it was nani. But we were 9 guys. I remember we were 9 in that poster in the finals.
And we came for the battle.
I remember mulikuja na Keikuru mzima.
Like we came after the show.
Yes. I know after the show mulikuja.
Tulikuja after midnight.
Yes.
Sisi ya mazee mbogi ya Wakristo tumeingia kani.
But you know there was a huge Keikuru guys. There was a huge Keikuru gang.
Aye, bro. Tulikuwa mbogi, man.
That was a huge team.
And so when we got there, we got to experience... You battled twice when Askes were there.
Yes.
So tulikuwa kama mbogi.
Yes.
You know, SK Crew tulikuwa hivyo kama jeshi.
Yes.
And there was no doubt, Krowbar. In my mind, if they did not give you kuwa mfalme hiyo siku, wangekuwa wamekuibia, bro. Your set was fire kwanza.
Wow,
thank you. Because who are you with in the final? The last one ilikuwa ni nani?
Tulikuwa na Tibbs. Mwisho, yes.
So Tibbs came and played everything. There was nothing new.
Yes.
There was a freshness towards what you did.
That's God's favor, man.
Because when you went on that stage, the entire audience sang with you word for word every song that you played. Ulikuwa umepanga mabanga za gospel, man.
Yes.
Yes. But then how you did it, the skills that you displayed. Nakumbuka mazee ulikuwa na Oh man, Karosh.
Okay.
Yani,
Yes.
if they didn't give it to you, angekuwa amekuibia.
Do you know, I eventually had a chat with the brand manager for Pilsner Mfalme then.
Yeah.
The late Angima, he died. And Dan said they were there talking. And I remember they talked with the judges. And he asked them who won. And they said, the guy playing gospel won. But it's going to be a headache for you. And then he asked them again, who has won? The guy playing gospel.
Oh, man.
And then he said, for the sake of the integrity of the brand, we will give it to him.
I had a conversation with Dan about it.
Oh, yes! Dan alikusho nini wewe?
I had coffee with him.
Yes.
Just before, like maybe ridiculous, like maybe just a few months before he died, which was a big shock for me as well. And he said the same thing, that this was you posed the biggest headache for them.
Yes.
Because he did not know what to do.
Yes. He didn't.
You don't work for the brand. And the winner of the Mfalme is supposed to
be part of the brand now.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're supposed to do radio shows with them. You go to the clubs with them. Bro, you came and disrupted their plans. Like, this is the trajectory. Washapanga hii kitu. I mean, it was a brilliant plan. Najua stima zinachezea kiatu like kile wacha tuendelee. Iko sawa tukiendelea? Yeah, there we go.
Let's go. Yes.
I mean, they had planned it very well.
Yes.
And now here you
dense plan. Yes.
Then, man, they had never foreseen a situation
like this.
when they'd have a gospel DJ.
Either way, even I get it, they would have never foreseen it, even them.
No.
If I was Dan, I would have never expected a gospel DJ to enter this competition.
Yeah.
More so get to the finals, more so win the finals. How can you win a secular event playing gospel?
Yeah. And these are not the days that you would have said that the gospel was at its peak.
It wasn't.
It wasn't.
It wasn't. Yes.
Because we didn't get to our peak start getting to the peak until 2010.
There you go. Yes.
So this was an anomaly.
Yes. It was a huge anomaly.
Yeah.
Very true.
I
agree with you. And it was a huge headache for them. Yes.
What challenges did you have after winning the Mfalme?
After winning the Mfalme?
Both with the brand and also as for you, isn't it?
Ooh, very good question. Very good question.
Yeah.
One is, I wasn't that famous before.
I mean,
now all of a sudden, once I won the Mfalme like this, the first week of January, we were doing a media tour.
Yeah.
So EABL had a contract with this PR company. And these two ladies were assigned to me for a whole month. They would pick me at Warokobani.
Yeah.
And take me to media houses, left, right, center.
Yeah.
To do interviews.
Yeah.
Nakwambia, I went to all TV stations, all major radio stations, just doing interviews talking about Mfalme.
Yeah.
So within a month, I was famous. I was on the newspapers. I remember my mom telling me, I'm getting calls everywhere that uko kwa gazeti na kwa TV.
Bro, unajua uliko kwa Pulse.
Nilikuwa kwa Pulse cover.
Hey.
So, out of that, I was like, now, what next?
Yeah.
What the biggest blessing in disguise for me was, I was telling God, let's maximize this moment, God, but I don't know how to do it.
Yeah.
Guess what happens next? You tell me, Karosh, tunaenda NTV.
Oh, man.
Tunaenda NTV.
Because this was January of 09.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I remember Kiniambia, NTV, they don't see any value in this show, but we are going to do it. And I remember we asked going on air, and I was timid. I was shy.
Bro, we were all freaking scared.
No, you guys.
Bro.
Dude, I could barely talk. I was only smiling.
None of us had that confidence.
At least nyinyi mlikuwa kama na host show on radio. So
but it's different.
Very true.
Kwa radio, no one is seeing you. Here, you have these cameras in front of you and you feel it's like the cameras are...
Yes.
They're saying to your soul, bana.
And I remember we were even using some DVJs.
Yeah.
And I'm like...
Kutoka Homeboy. Alafu na mixer. Lazima kuko na moja kati yetu mazi. Kuchange channels.
Kuchange effect.
effect.
Kaleka effect kaku transition videos.
Bas, na pia kuchange maze ukiswitch from this channel to this channel una mix pia kwa nini.
Man. So that TV thing came through.
Yeah.
Because it was now a consistent output.
This is every Sunday.
Because at that point, Moz, you had moved out. So you are in your first year of marriage. Jugush has moved out and then Waroko. So another challenge is, I'm given a brand new van. Where do I park it in Waroko? Twice ilivunjwa vioo. Twice.
Broken a van, iko branded Pilsner Mfalme.
Brand new van.
Yeah.
Showroom car 0 mileage. In Waroko Bani.
Yeah.
So I remember that's how Joey entered into my life. You know Joey?
Yes,
Joey Karaoke, Joram Karaoke, the guy who does lights. And akambia, Joey akasema, let's do this. Let's move in. Let's move in hapa Kawendani.
Yeah.
At least mali kuna parking say.
Yes.
Because he became my manager. Na Joey alikufia team.
Yeah, ni ukweli.
Gigs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Joey got me gigs. Man, Joey got me gigs.
Joe hustled.
Yeah.
Joey said Joey, not Joe.
Joey, yeah. So tukachapa ma gigs na the whole of 09. And then tukaingia 010. Sasa 2010 was a good year for me. Because what happened was, when Citizen came calling, I went like, DJing can do this?
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it, Moz.
Because now we're given 7 hours.
I couldn't believe it. I was like, this, DJing can do this for you. I was like, what? And yeah, there is hope.
Yeah.
There is hope. Tukaingia 2010. So when TV was happening in 2010, I was busy planning my wedding because I got married in 2010. Marorashu. I remember the first of
Jan after TSO. Tumeenda kucheck your in-laws. Oh man.
Most thank you.
Bro.
Tulikuwa tumeja usingizi lakini mlikofia team.
Hadi Muranga ban.
Manze tukaenda Muranga kuona msichana.
Yeah, met the shows. The family was so good.
Oh my God. Aki asante.
Nah, bro.
Moz.
I hadn't even forgotten about that.
Yes.
This was the 1st of January.
The 1st of January.
Na sasa tumelala 8
Hata tujalala
a.m.
vizuri. Yes. Because TSOs are very hectic.
Yeah.
Because when the gig ends and the people go home, there is the accountability phase.
Bro.
There is the ticketing phase. There is the security phase.
We have to clean up.
There is a lot of things that people don't know that have to happen, and then people have to go home. So watu walienda home, nyinyi mnaenda home around 10 ama 9. Na hata hamtalala. Because mnajua mnaenda Muranga.
Lazima tuko
tunaenda
Muranga
kusaidia Karosh
Yeah.
kupata wife. Wacha tuone Karosh and his friends. Karosh amekuja na some DJs over here. And I remember that family was like, okay. Either way, what came through was the TV.
Yeah.
Because that whole 09, they had seen us on TV.
Kulikuwa na validation.
So kulikuwa na validation fulani that these are men of God.
Yeah.
Okay, they're not, hata wako wanatuona kama men of God. Walikuwa wanatuona tu kama DJs.
Yeah.
The men of God thing, and this is a very interesting aspect, came through around 2012 there. Because they would see when the music stops, what we would say when the music stops.
Yeah. They
would go like, haya na Moz ameokoka. You've been saved all your life. But they would go like, and this guy has something to say.
Yeah.
Oh, na Krowbar uko na kitu ya kusema. When the music stops, that's when they realize
there's more to it.
Kumbe these guys are actually saved. Kumbe these guys. Do you know, out of being on TV, from 2013, 14, 15, I started getting invited to do talks. I would be invited in Bible studies to just come and share.
Yeah.
So some groups of guys would call me, come to Ruiru, come talk to us. Come to Thika, come talk to us.
Yeah.
Come to Eastlands, come talk to us. Hata kuna church flani hapa Kangemi walini. So I would be invited to small Bible studies to just come and share.
Yeah.
To my surprise, they're not calling me to DJ.
Yeah.
They know me as a DJ, but one person had me on air. Do you know there's a church upper satellite? I was called and I preached on the main service 3 times.
Hey, boss.
The wife was watching. Akasema, my God, this guy is a man of God.
Hey.
And that lady called me. And she said, I want to meet you with my husband. And we met. And the husband said, we want to invite you to speak at to preach at our main service.
Wow.
And they had 3 services.
Bro, uligonga zote 3.
Ao walikuwa wamenipangia moja. Walisema kuja first service because it has a lot of young people. So simi nikapanga sermon moja. But wife akaniambia, do that thing. Nikapanga 3 more sermons. DJ habits. You know the way you'll play one set, but just panga 2 more just in case. Na nikapanga 3 sermons. Nikijua tu I'm only preaching 1.
Yeah.
Nikaenda nikapreach the first service. Tukakuja. Uyo pasi akaniambia, my God, kijana, God has called you. You are preaching the second service.
Yeah. Bro.
Me, I'm staring at my wife. My wife looks at me and we know what we are telling each other. Be ready in and out of season.
Yeah.
Because that was the verse tuliambiana before we went home, before we went to that church. Second service. Third service. Akasema, you are preaching the third service, my son.
Wow.
Buddha, nilifanya 3 services in that church. I went home saying, what just happened?
Yeah. Because it was something you had ever prepared for, thought about.
My mind was never prepared for
Yeah.
it. And me, I thought I'm a Bible study guy.
Yeah.
I'm a men's group kind of guy. You know, I'm a teens kind of guy. I had already placed myself.
Yeah.
I had never seen myself like someone who can share someone in the main one.
Yeah.
So.
And now, going back to the challenges that you had experienced, I was asking you earlier.
Yes.
You're here with, your trajectory now is changing.
Yes.
Now, from someone who was not known to now,
Yes.
you're the Pilsner Mfalme
Yes.
DJ.
Yes.
Did you ever go with them to clubs in the gigs?
Yes.
For gigs in the clubs?
There was a Pilsner Mfalme tour, bro.
Yes. Did you do it?
12 weeks, yes.
Oh, wow.
So, in fact, I'm going to tell you a story of what it takes to stand up for God. So, they say, we have planned a tour. So, they call me for a meeting.
Yeah.
I go for that meeting with my dad. So, when you go for that meeting, I'm there with the Pilsner manager, a couple of guys in the marketing team, sales team. So, we're in a room, we're about 8 people.
Yeah.
And then they say, we have planned a Pilsner Mfalme tour for the winner.
Yeah.
But now we have a challenge. We are selling alcohol.
Yeah.
Okay? So we're going to present you an offer. We have a budget for this tour. If you agree to do this tour and play secular music, this budget is yours.
Wow. Did you know what the budget was?
Yes. It was $1 million, Bob.
For 12 weeks.
12 weeks, $1
One
million,
quarter.
Bob. 12 weeks?
Yeah.
$1 million, Bob.
Wow. That's like 300 and something a month.
It was, yes.
Yeah. If you look at
So
it.
it was a 12-week tour, $1 million, Bob.
Yeah.
And I remember, I did not even flinch. And I said, thank you, guys. But God has brought me this far.
Yeah.
I can never let go of someone who has brought me this far.
Bro.
And I remember everyone leaning back on their seats because they can't believe what they've just heard.
Yeah.
And my dad looks at me and he says, can we talk outside?
Please allow me to talk to my client outside.
We talk outside. And then he says, you're okay with this decision? And then I look at my dad and I say, Dad, God has brought me here. We are in this room because of God. I am not letting go of this guy.
Yeah.
I am not letting go of this guy. So we went back.
Hey.
And then they ask, what have you decided? And then my dad says, whatever the boy says, it's final. Yeah. So we say, I'm not letting go of God. Yeah. So they said, okay. So the counter offer is you will do number 1, 2, and 3, but you will not get that money. They reduced it by, I think, 80 or 70%. They were,
Oh my gosh.
stop.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
It was a huge loss for them.
Yeah.
I get it.
I'm telling you, you're an anomaly for them. They were like, what
But
the
then
heck?
again-
What do you do with this guy?
Yes, but
Yeah.
then again, the next phase came into place. I decided I'm going to do this tour. And I remember telling my cell group then that every club I am going to DJ in, we are going to prayer walk that club.
Yeah.
Yeah. So stand with me in prayer in every club.
In every club, yeah.
Yes. So every club that was within the vicinity, they would come and prayer walk. Claim the environment, and then
Yeah.
I would go and DJ. Moz, and God is faithful, man. My set was always the best.
Hey.
There was just something about gospel music then.
Yeah.
Because it was just starting to bubble up. Because this is now 2009. It is now starting to bubble
Yeah.
up pole pole.
Randa imeingia.
Randa ndio hii.
Hey.
Ulikuwa unaidrop watu wana tuna randa
Yeah.
ni bebe.
Akina Pupe.
Yeah. And the club would go into this zone,
Wow.
and and God would take charge of the room.
Yeah.
In all the clubs I went through. And it was an honor to stand for God in this environment.
Man.
It was such a huge honor. Many times I would leave those rooms and go to the hotel and cry. I would go and say, thank you, Jesus. Thank you for what you have done.
Yeah.
Thank you for standing up for yourself. Thank you for sending your angels to take care of the room. Thank you for filling that room with the Holy Spirit. Thank you for these seeds. Because I knew there were 3 things happening in that room. We were either planting a seed, we were either watering a seed, or we are harvesting a seed.
Yeah.
Whichever of these 3 seasons, they are all mine.
Yeah. So good, man.
Umenishika?
Such a
It's
good
all good.
yeah.
Whichever of these 3.
a good perspective.
And I knew, because I knew every time we are ministering Moz, and God has been faithful to us,
Yeah.
that we've always ministered on a secular platform.
Yeah. That's our sweetest space.
All our career. Do you know? And I remember my mom telling me, the anointing over your life is that of an evangelist.
Yeah.
You are called to evangelize.
Yeah.
That's why God has placed you in this secular environment.
Yeah.
Yes. Because Citizens is not a Christian place.
No.
KTN was not a Christian place. NTV, God placed us strategically
Yeah.
to be salt
Yeah.
in these environments. And so we faithfully evangelized and were faithful to those seasons.
Yeah.
Faithful to those seasons.
Yeah.
And what an honor it is.
Man.
What an honor. The other day I was telling my wife, I am so grateful that I gave my youth to Christ.
Yeah.
Kuna watu wakoka at this age. What an honor that my young age, all of it, all my 20s, my 30s, yote nimepatia Mungu. What an honor. Not many people can
Your
say that.
Your most prime years.
My prime years, I gave them to God.
Any regrets?
I don't have any regrets, Aki, for standing for God. God has never shamed me.
No. No.
Even the time that I feel, God, you're just about to shame yourself. You're just about to throw yourself in the deep end. This one is squarely on you because I stand for you. God has always been that 11th hour kind of guy in my life.
Yeah. Umesema 11th hour kanikumbusha my mom.
God bless her so,
mom,
man. Yes.
So when I come visit, I can't remember what we were talking about, but it was a tough situation, man. And I remember my mom saying, there's a singer who sang a song, akasema, at the 11th hour, God comes through. Najua ni nani?
Betty
Bio. I was like, Mommy, listen to Betty Bio.
Yes. And it's a Kikuyu song.
It's a Kikuyu song, though.
But it was huge.
Hey, Betty Bio. Hey, bro. But you said something
Yes.
as we were talking about how, at that time, the gospel music, ilikuwa, there was something about it.
Yes.
I mean, now God has allowed us to be at this for
many years.
For many years.
Yes.
And so we've been able to see the trajectory
We've
of
seen
gospel.
this and we've seen this.
Yeah, we've
Yes.
seen the highs, we've seen the
Yes.
plateau, we've seen the
Yes.
downward trajectory. And
Yes.
so what are you feeling right now when you think about the gospel music
Very
space?
good question.
Yeah.
I think we are here. That's what I think. I think we are here right now. The gospel industry changes after every 4 years. That's what I've come to realize. So if I look at my life, in 2008 where I won, there was a span of rising. At 2012, gospel was at its peak. At 2016, it started going down.
Yeah.
At 2020, it was at its lowest.
Yeah.
We're now in 2024, it's now starting to go up again. I can see it. Yani mimi ninaiona. Every 4 years, something happens. That's where we are. And I was telling my wife, there are gigs I've gotten in the last 6 or 8 months, and I never looked for these gigs.
Yeah.
And I'm like, something is happening.
Yeah.
Something is happening in the industry.
Yeah.
Kuna kitu inafanyika.
God is doing
Yeah.
something. Yeah.
So God is doing something. The sound has changed. The sound is more band oriented. It's more praise and worship now.
Yeah.
Yes, you can tell the sound is very praise and worship-ish. And that's where and that's what it is. And God has
season.
remnants for that.
Yeah.
Na ikaenda, I remember there was someone aliniambia, sai gospel iko chini. I remember it was about 2020. Nikaambia, hata kama iko chini, kuna remnants.
Yeah.
I remember telling him, is there any gospel show that is off air right now that zimekuwa cancelled? I remember asking him that. Akasema no. Then that should tell you something. Yeah. There is always remnants. God will never run out of human resource.
Yeah. That's a good one.
God will never, ever run. Most if me and you, we say we are done with this Christ thing. God has remnants.
Yeah.
Who are we to downplay this king?
Yeah.
We are not here to work for him. We work with him.
Yeah. The times people think, God is, God should be pleased I'm on his side.
Oh, no.
Hey.
God is not desperate. We are the ones.
Yeah. Who should be desperate for him?
We're the ones who are desperate for him.
Yeah.
And it is an honor when God says, let's take these steps together as I'm heading this direction.
Yeah.
I say, yes, Lord.
Yeah. Bro, so 2 months ago, I got the privilege of being able to host an event that I'd longed to do for a long time, man. And I say 2 months ago because prior to that, it was 2 years before.
The seed was planted 2 years before.
In my heart, 2 years before. And so I was able to do the, Life on Life, the third service.
Yes.
And primarily, actually, because I felt I needed to, whenever I would do devotions, and, when I think of something to tell guys, prior to that, over every devotion, it was about, I felt like I was a skipping record. It was always about telling guys, you're never too far away from God to experience his love.
Wow, that's true.
That, God loves you not while you are a good person.
Yes.
While you're a messy person.
Yes.
When you're still a sinner, God chose to love you in that stage. And I felt that, there are many people who probably will not come to church because they feel they are, maybe ameshinda kwa club, amko kwa club the whole night, so wana time ya kwenda kwa church hiyo siku.
Yes.
Ama they feel, the church is not a place for me because one, they might have church wounds, or they feel they're not good enough to go into that space of church. And so I felt, man, where can we reach out to these guys? Where can we give them a safe space where they can come to and we get to experience God's love, maybe in a language that they understand best. And so that's how Life on Life came about, the third service. Wow. And so at Nairobi Street Kitchen, and I was so happy to see you there.
Why? Why are you so happy to see you there?
Because you're my friend and we've known each other for a long time.
That's true.
And if there's someone who can give me genuine feedback, najua utanipatia genuine feedback, Yes. Krowbar, I thought we were going to get 100 people for that gig.
No, it was. Me, I knew this gig was going to go over 100.
Bro, let me tell you, man, because
Yes.
we've not done this kind of event in
Very
the gospel
true, for a
circles
while.
for a long time.
Yes.
You get?
You see that thing I was telling you?
Yeah, for a long time,
Yes.
man. And I remember leaving my church. I go to Renewal Vineyard.
Mm-hmm.
And so, nikawambia mazee, because I knew I needed to do the Holy Communion. That was very clear for me.
Yes.
So nikawambia, just give me 100 cups.
Yes.
100 cups of Holy Communion
Yes.
because those are the people I was expecting.
Yes.
But bro, seeing you and seeing all these people are not seen for a long time and seeing the place packed completely humbled me, man.
Wow.
And
Thank
like
God.
you, it was a validation. It's like
Yes.
God. And I know that he loves me.
Yes.
There's no doubt in my mind that he loves me. But for me to see him move in this kind of a way and just see all those many people come, I was extremely humbled, man.
It is.
Yeah.
It is very humbling.
Yeah.
Me, when I heard about this gig, I knew I was going. And fortunately for me, I had a bad week. The Sunday that it was coming on, I had a bad week.
No.
I think my wife was handling a terrible infection, so it was hectic for me.
Yeah.
And I said, thank God this gig is happening because naenda kujiachilia.
Yeah.
Naenda kujiachilia.
Oh, man.
Moz nakwambia I dance.
I saw, man. I have video evidence.
Mimi nilijiwachilia. I said, God, I've brought myself to your house and I'm letting myself in your house. Oh, Moz. That was literally the term service came alive.
Wow.
Because it was a service.
Wow.
So ni mimi nilikuwa nakuja. Anyone who says that they are going for a service, they're just saying, God, I'm in need of you.
Yeah.
That's what you're just saying. And so I went there as a simp for God. And I simped on God.
Hey.
Man. I had a good time.
Oh,
Nanika, I remember when that gig ended, I said, Most the next one. I'm DJing. I'm DJing.
Same night.
DJing.
Uliniambia the next
Same
one.
night, I'm DJing this gig. This gig, I'm DJing.
Oh, bro.
Yes.
And I'm so happy.
I went like, I want someone to go through what I went
man.
through. Nataka mse mwingine mwenye ako hapo, I feel watered the way I felt watered.
Oh, man.
Akuje tu ajiachilie. And I remember seeing all these guys there. I loved seeing the unchurched people. Because they were there with their drinks. They were like, gospel music can hit like this. I remember there were some Indians there looking at this and they were like, what is going on here?
Yeah.
People can party like this.
Yeah.
I remember there was another couple that were drinking just right next to where I was. And they were like, what have we been missing?
Wow.
They were just looking at each other like, what is going on in this room?
Yeah.
Now, granted, they did not know most of the songs that were playing, but they were like, there's a community like this?
Yeah.
The way you meet, it's like going for a rock concert in Kenya.
Yeah.
And then you enter a room and you're in shock that all these people love rock.
Yeah.
I'm sure it was like that for them. It was like, whoa. And in my mind, I went like, seed planted.
Yeah.
And I remember praying for that seed.
Yeah.
I remember looking at them and in my heart, I'm like, God, I pray for that seed to fall on fertile ground, Almighty Jesus. I pray that there is no thorns. I pray that it will not fall on the road. It will not dry up. It will be watered, Lord. I pray that you raise up people to water that seed in the name of Jesus. I prayed for that seed, Yanni.
Bro. Amen to that, man.
And
Amen to that.
And all the believers coming, pray for the seeds being watered, for the seed being planted, being watered, or for the fruit that we might harvest on that day.
Yeah.
Pray for that.
Dude, I can't tell you how excited I am to have
Me
you.
and my team Moz, we are fasting for this gig. It's not a joke.
Yeah.
It's not a joke anymore. The enemy is aware
Yeah.
of what is about to happen.
Yeah.
It's not a joke.
Because we're going into his territory.
We are going into his territory.
Yeah.
And we are going, literally, we are taking it with the violence. We are taking it by force. We are those people.
Man.
We are those people script
Yeah.
in God's scriptures. The violent shall take it. We are very violent
Yeah.
right now. This is a very violent move, actually.
Yeah.
You now become an enemy.
Yeah.
And that's why some wars are only won through fasting. and prayer.
Yeah.
So I understand this.
In fact, I was telling you the other day that we need to make sure we soak it in prayer, because I'm like, this thing, it's not easy. I had so many, can't tell you the pressure I had.
Yes.
It had so much pressure in terms of, even sometimes sleeping was a problem. I used to wake up at night and be like, the last week especially, I was like, Lord, what's going to happen with this event?
Yes.
Kuna anxiety.
I'm sure that Sunday was...
Ay. Now, when I got there to the venue, the first person I saw at 2:30 was Joanne. Joanne Waweru. Yes. For those of you who do not know, we used to work with Joanne
is an OG, man.
back in the day.
Oh my God.
She was like, this is 2:30. She was like, I had to come early with my friend so that we book our table early. I'm like, Joanne, what are you talking about? 2:30. Anasema Moz. I have to come early to book a table.
Okay. I'm sure ulisema tu okay.
So nikatu nini ingine. By then nikachukua hiyo nini yake nikasema sawa.
Testimony, go on.
God, wacha fanya ile kitu yako tu.
Yes.
Then when us guys went upstairs, I asked the guys, just close the gate, because now we were delayed earlier.
Yes.
Someone had messed up with one of our mixers.
Yes.
Fuse ilitoka, and you can't tell that the fuse is not there.
Yes.
So they're trying to light up this thing.
It's not going on.
The sound mixer is not going on, which delayed us to start by like 30 minutes.
Yes.
So nilikuwa nimeambia wase fungeni mazee, msikubalishe wase waingie, kwa sasa ni aibu wanakam.
Yes.
Wanakaa ndani wacheki sasa tukiset up.
Yes.
But they do not know what has happened behind the scenes. It's one of those challenges that you don't foresee. And so wase kama kaanza kuniambia buda lazima tufungue milango mazee, huko hivyo nje commission. I'm like, but it's just it's a God thing, man.
It's a God
so I'm so excited, man, to have you and Kambua in this one, man. It's
a good, we'll have a good time together.
We'll have a good time,
Sada.
What are you looking forward to the most?
Me, I'm looking to set myself loose again.
Niko na wewe.
Again, I just want to set myself loose. I just want to be free. I want to share this freedom that I have.
Yeah.
In
fact, that's the theme for this one, man. Freedom. So it's
my man.
It's the
when we are in sync.
Bro, God. That's what this is about.
This is beautiful.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because people don't understand the freedom that we have in Christ.
People don't understand. You know, people look at, and it is the way it is. People look at salvation like this cup.
Yeah.
Menishika. So we have limitations that God has set for us. But if you purpose to be right here at the center, that's where the freedom is.
Yeah.
That's where the freedom is.
Yeah.
If you try and play on the fence, utararuka jeans. It's true. Ukicheza kwa I know it's a funny. Utakatwa na sengenge, utajiumiza, unazanguka hii side, unazanguka kwa it's a very risky place to be on the fence.
Yeah.
It's a very dangerous place.
Yeah.
But the more you push yourself to the center,
the
more you see what a beautiful space this is. What a beautiful garden.
Yeah.
If you have a garden, Moz, you don't enjoy the garden on the wall. You enjoy the garden at the center.
Yeah.
That's where you play.
Then when it rains, you enjoy the freshness of like...
There you go.
You know,
when it rains, when it shines, whatever the weather, it's sweet at the center.
Yeah, it's very true, man.
Yes.
So I'm hoping, man. I really do hope that we'll see many guys we've not seen for a long time. You know?
No, me, I'm expecting more people. The number of DMs I got. Moz. Yes.
Man, may God's will be done.
My high school friends are coming.
Yeah. Wow.
My former colleagues at KTN, my colleagues at ADMI are coming.
Wow. Because they've not seen you in this space.
Yes, they haven't seen me in this space.
Yeah.
In fact, the other day they watched my mix and they were like, "Hey, Krowbar, it's been years since I've had you."
Yes.
Mix. You know, and then there's our church friends who are coming. They are like, Buddha.
Both were there.
Here we are.
Yeah.
You know, some old guys at Nairobi Lighthouse are coming. Where Chapel, Yani, some guys are like, this is my gig.
Oh, man.
Even my kids were like, you know, Dad, why is this gig over 21 and you're playing gospel?
Yeah. Oh, they can. I had the same conversation yesterday in church.
Yeah.
Because...
And so, well, no, it was very easy to
Yeah.
explain. I remember I told them, see, we went for the Hillsong concert.
Yeah.
At Carnivore. Yes, good. Now, Carnivore is a bar.
Yeah.
You need to look, it's a restaurant and bar. So they sell alcohol. So people can come for the Hillsong concert. Some buy food and some buy alcohol. Is that making sense? So this environment is just like Carnivore.
Yeah.
Is that making sense?
There's an
so
audience.
that's why you can't be there.
Yes.
Then we're like, so, makes sense.
Jana, the same thing my parents was asking me. So their mom and them want to come.
Yes.
And so their daughter...
Because we are family people,
Yeah.
they think every gig is family friendly.
That's the thing. So
Yeah.
the daughter is like 15. She's like, Mom, why can't we go for this?
Yes.
You know, why has Moz say that it's only for 21
You know,
years
yeah.
and above? Why- But sometimes I'm like, you know, I just tell them plainly, you know, it's
Yes.
that's the target we're looking for.
That's the target you're looking for.
You know,
Very
it's-
true.
that's the right target audience we're looking for. People who
Yes.
are mature,
Yes.
you know, who come and be able to experience this
Yes.
thing.
Yes.
First, for those who've missed hanging as Christians,
Oh, very true.
because we used to have these gigs back in the day.
Very true.
just-
And you don't want to go there and be a mom or a dad.
No.
You just want to go there and be you.
You want to let loose.
Yes, you want to let loose.
That's what we're
Sana.
hoping for, man.
Yes, yes.
So, but bro, I'm really looking forward to it,
Thank
and
you,
I'm
too.
so grateful, man,
Yes.
that you agreed to be a part of the third service.
We'll have a good one.
It's gonna be a good one.
It's
man.
gonna be fun.
June
Yes.
2nd, for those who are listening,
Yes.
June 2nd.
Yes.
That's the date for this from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. And also Kambua, man. Me, I love Kambua.
Even me, I love Kambua for free. I love that girl. Sana,
Such a
sana.
sweet spirit.
Sana. You know, and once you've known Kambua, you know Kambua is very bougie. So
Only.
I love her. Kambua is bougie.
In fact, I was shocked kumuona kwa video ya Jokesi. Wacha niko. Kambua ulienda Dandora.
I know.
She looked misplaced. In this whole gang, unatika huko.
And I stand out sana.
Haufai kuwa kwa hii
Who is
ngoma.
this pretty girl here? You know, and can't wait, man. Kambua is a good spirit when you know her.
Oh, man.
It's just that she doesn't talk that much in public. But ukimjua, you can go like, what an amazing human
Kambua
being.
anakuwaga na panganga.
Hey.
Ukimjua.
Anaweza kuwa very childish, anaweza kuwa very playful, you know, and I totally understand it's a brand.
Yeah.
Na kuna venye ujibeba. And that's good for her.
It is.
Umenishika.
It is, yeah.
You know, and maybe that day akiona similar faces, maybe ataizen up na utaona that girl.
And bro, for what I love about Kambua
Yes.
is it's Kaberere who introduced me to Kambua, by the way.
Oh,
What
what
a good number.
Yes.
Kaberere sasa alikuwa ananiambia, "Hey Moz, kuna huyu dem mazee alikuwa paki, alikuwa naimba man anaitwa Kambua, haumjui?" Niko, of course I was not in the church circles
Yes,
before, so I
yes.
did not know her.
Yes.
But what I do know her is from Kaberere's testimonies and also getting out to meet her and to work with her from 2010.
Yes.
She has been very consistent.
Oh, girl is consistent, man.
Her love for Jesus Christ
It's genuine.
is genuine, man.
It's genuine.
Aye.
Even me, I met her fresh from Canada.
Aye.
And I went like, there's something about this girl.
Bro,
Yeah.
genuine.
Yeah.
As in me, vile nimemo experience
Yes.
conversations, 100%, man.
Very good.
100%,
Yes.
man.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad I knew that she's part of this. Man.
Sana.
Yeah.
Wow.
But this has been good.
Ah,
Kwanza, I know guys also, Joy akoaje saizi?
Joy anaskuma. Oh my God, Joy. Joy. I don't know. Let me tell you. If it will make sense, keep it. If it won't, remove it. Sasa, Joy was supposed to do her transplant in November last year. It was pushed to Jan. She got admitted. Blood infection.
Oh, man.
Discharged. She got admitted again in Feb. Blood infection. Discharged.
Bro.
Once, my wife was admitted last week. Another blood. Yani, this girl has been beaten. Yani.
Oh, man.
Have you ever seen your end? Ndio hii. Then inasukumwa hivi. Then inasukumwa hivi. Then it is.
Oh, man.
It's not easy for my chick.
Yeah.
But I keep telling her, me, I don't know where this story is going.
Yeah.
But we move on. And I remember there's a place. I was afraid of encouraging her. you know, because now the next one should happen sometime in early June.
Yeah.
My God. So there was a point I wanted to encourage her. And then she gave me a very interesting, encouraging story. Sasa ni yaki ni cheka. Akakama akaniambia, there's a friend of mine. And you actually know her. Her name is Sarah. Sarah ni Nimo. Nimo ni wife ya Billy.
Yeah.
You see Nimo? It's not Billy na Nimo.
Billy wame huyo.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Nimo's mom had cancer for 33 years.
What? Because I knew the mom. 33 years.
3 years.
Wow.
And I went like, what? Sikutoa tag. Nashinda kwa nini? Why am I? Kwa nini nashinda? Nimeiposition vizuri. Sasa, and Joy alikuwa ananiambia, my heart has been so broken in this journey that I have to reshift my mind on how to still allow God's relationship with me to go on in this journey. Because this is Joy now 3 years.
Yeah.
She's now 3 years and as a chronic kidney failure patient. It's her 3rd year.
Wow.
So it's a lot.
Yeah.
So in her mind, she's like, you know, God, me have let this thing loose now. Ikikam June, awesome. Ikikosa, but at your time, God.
Yeah.
So be it. Do you know, I looked at my cheek and I went like, you know, kuna kitu ime happen there in your spirit. Haikukuwa ime happen in these 3 times.
Yeah.
Kuna kitu tu ili happen na sikuwa naona wife yangu hivyo tena.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, I may accept the disease, but I may accept, kuna acceptance flani in a new way that niliona this week that I went like, what? Because with every admission, we are spending chums.
Yeah.
Every admission. I remember tukibonga na Andy ananiambia, Karosh, I'm like, even me, I'm like, God is working this, mimi nimeiachilia sasa. Job yangu ni kukuwa faithful. Oh, do you need a clinic? Do you need a test? Do you need dialysis?
Yeah.
Let's do whatever needs to be done. Job yangu ni kukuwa tu faithful. God ata reward faithfulness.
Yeah.
Tuendelee tu kukuwa tu faithful.
Yeah.
Mimi nikuwe faithful as your partner in terms of as a caregiver, na ukuwe faithful as a patient.
Yeah.
As a patient, uendelee tu kukuwa faithful.
Yeah.
That's where we are.
Oh, man. I can't even imagine the roller coaster, man. Yeah. But you know, Krowbar, one thing I have to say to you is...
Yes, champ.
You're a good man.
God is good. Miss ya.
You know, many men would have probably
Let me
abandoned.
tell you, dude.
Yeah.
This season has shown me my weaknesses also.
Wow.
Bro. It has properly shown me my weaknesses. It has shown me how easily I can get frustrated also. Do you know, there was once, many times, especially last year and even this year, there are days I come home and my kids tell me, you're so quiet. Moz, me, I'm not quiet. But my own kids
I'm telling you, yeah.
wanna notice quietness in me. Unaniket?
Yeah.
And they randomly give me hugs.
Yeah.
And I go like, man, this condition can do a good one on you.
Yeah.
You know, you get to see some things about you never thought.
Yeah.
You never thought you could become a person like that. Unaenda like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, hata unakaa, there were days unaeka, mtu yana notice, fall asleep on the seat. Anakuja tu anakufunikia.
Wow.
Na place, ama tunakaa na Joy, and we're not even talking. And we're not mad at each other.
Yeah.
But it's another eerie quietness. Because mnaangaliana, and I know what you're going through, and my wife knows what I'm going through.
Yeah.
And we literally can't water each other.
Wow.
And so this is the power of
Yeah, community, man.
This is the power of community.
Yeah.
Because you get an outlet. This is the power of therapy. You get to process what you're going through. Even joy. Akona community, na akona therapy.
Yeah.
And we are able to process this season. Because without knowledge, sisi wote down.
Kweli.
Without knowledge, you fail as a body of Christ. Be biased. And so we have purposed to acquire knowledge for this season.
Yeah.
Not only me and my wife, but even the two older girls, they're doing therapy also.
Wow.
To process this, to process having a mother with a chronic condition.
So when they see her life going,
when they see all these
going
things,
to the hospital, not being well.
And I take them to go see their mother on a dialysis machine so that they can understand the condition their mother is going through.
Yeah.
And then through a therapist, process it.
Yeah.
Like my kids completely understand what is kidney failure. They completely understand dialysis. They completely understand a transplant. They are not in the dark.
Yeah.
At all. They understand the whole process from start to finish. Why? So that if anything happens, they know.
Wow.
Most that is not easy to do.
It's not easy because,
It's not easy.
many families and many parents will probably keep that from their kids.
Yeah, you shouldn't. If they have capacity to understand,
Expose them to it.
And this is why therapy is good. Therapy gives you knowledge on how to disseminate knowledge to certain age groups. Menishika, it's like a kid asking you, how was I born? There is how you can explain sex to a 3-year-old, 5-year-old, 7-year-old, 9-year-old, 11-year-old. There is how you can disseminate information to these groups.
Yeah.
So we get capacity on how to disseminate treatment for our kids for this.
Yeah.
So that, because if we don't tell them and anything happens, it's trauma for life.
Yeah.
It's a wound for life.
Yeah.
But if we do it right, they will remember it for life.
Yeah.
They will say, man, my parents did their best.
They did everything they
Wow,
could.
wow. I say, mad respect.
Yeah. Man, I can tell you for sure, we prayed with you guys.
Thanks, Jump.
And I feel it's like the least that we can do.
What else? And we believe in the power of prayer. Yeah.
Prayer changes things, man.
Yes.
Prayer changes things, and I just want to encourage you, man.
Yes.
You're a good father.
Thank you, sir.
You're a good husband, man.
Yeah, man.
You're very present in the life of your family.
Oh, that's true.
And we need many more men like you. And I celebrate you today, man.
Thanks, sir.
For the man that you are.
Amen.
The DJ that you are. The teacher that you are. Or the lecturer.
Thanks, G.
Oh, man. It's interesting to see how, the metamorphosis of, that's a good word, actually.
Yes.
Of DJ Krowbar.
Yes. You've seen me as a young man.
It's amazing, man.
Yes.
It's amazing. And I do believe that, the guys who've been able to watch the podcast or listen to it, there's a lot they've been able to glean from this, man. Like, there's so many highlights, man.
Yeah. Amen.
And just seeing God's faithfulness.
Man.
Constant.
I'm a marked man. I'm a marked man.
Where's the hip hop?
I know I'm a marked man. And I have embraced it.
Yeah.
My life, they may dedicate. I'm not I'm as imperfect as they
I
can.
think that's the beauty about it.
But with that imperfection, remember to God way to me.
Yeah. Because up with all broken vessels allow for light to kutoka through those cracks. So that's the beauty about it, man.
There you go.
Thanks for joining me for the podcast today, bro.
Man. Asante sana.
I hope you were poor.
Mimi nimefurahia sana. Sana. It's always good to catch up, man.
It is.
Yes.
It is, man. Now we can look at our sets. For third service.
Sasa tukimaliza sasa tutapitia.
And guys, thank you so much for joining us for the DJ Moz Podcast today. It's been such a great privilege being able to sit down together with DJ Krowbar. I've known him for a long time, at least 18 years, man.
Yes.
That's a long time, bro.
It's 18 years.
And we look like we're 30.
Yes. Nikuishia Mungu. Nikuishia Mungu.
Kita kozi. She's just jealous.
As you finish, the other day I was in class and I was telling and asked my students, ask me any random question. And then they said, how old are you? And I said, I'm 39. I was like, whoa. And they thought I was dying. Because in their minds, they thought I was 32 or 33.
They thought, Sami nikiwaambia, hey, watasema, man, hey bro, when you fossil.
The other day we were with Andy, and Andy was telling me about Goi.
This is Andy Mboro.
Andy Mboro. So they were with Pastor Goi, and then and Andy was young in his early 20s, and Pastor Goi, they were driving somewhere, and Pastor Goi said, you know, I'm 36 years old, and Andy thought, oh, this guy is about to die.
Now Andy is there. I tell you, man.
So Andy was telling me, Andy, we can be so short-sighted that we don't see it. Yeah. Here I am. I'm past 40 now. After sioni Goi akiwa that old.
And before he was dying. In his 30s.
We can't finish this show.
Anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining us today. Go ahead and like and subscribe. Yeah. Please go ahead and share with your friends and family as well. And of course, if you want the merchandise, man, the DJ Moz merchandise, please go ahead and represent us for that. You can see DJ Krowbar has his, I have mine. It's your way of supporting us, and spread the word around. And may the Lord be with you. May the Lord bless you. May you have a fantastic weekend and have a fantastic week ahead. Peace.
Peace.
And we're out.